I have returned. Okay. Oh, my hair. Alright. So, set this up. Alright, hello? Yes, as you could tell, I recently got a microphone. Thank God. Because the other one I used to have was just a portable one, so... Anyways. So as you can see right here, we're using Caustic today. That's because I want to explain... This is gonna get annoying quick. I want to explain, how I thought of, like, the Breakit songs and stuff. Ignore all the other names. So, these are the ones that are... Technically, there are 8 in total. But as you can tell, my stupid self decided to start at 0. So, we're gonna start with just the first one. AKA, the one I made back in 2019 when I was still 15. So, you could see, right here's the beat. The song is 175 BPM. Because that's the normal speed of a drum and bass kind of song at times. I don't really consider this drum and bass. I don't know if it is. You guys could say whatever you want. But you can see. Yeah. This is actually the same beat as 175 BPM 3. Well, I would pull it up, but I don't think I actually have it in this computer. I need to find a way to get it back. But it's the same exact beat as the other one, just different sounds. I used a flanger or flang drum kit for this one. Alright, so we got the beat down. The main lead, well, I call it lead. Yeah, it's just chords. Just a modified default note set where I put the semis at a different pitch. Yeah, bass, you already know that. Bells, I call them bells all the time. It's the same thing as lead, just this time I added some release to make it sound like as if it was someone hitting like a xylophone or bells or something like that. Did the same thing with, well, octave is different, but semis is the same thing. This one is distorted. I edited this. Let me check. That's beat 2. You can see I put some distortion. I put fold back and auto wah. That's what happens if I would take it off. Yeah. Then there's beat 3. That's the main one. I remember while working on this, I thought, ugh, I hate this. Like, I didn't really like it much. I put some fuzz, I put the octaver, and then bass 2. Same case as the beats, just I put overdrive. And that's when I came up with this song back in December 2019. I don't know what exact day it was, but you know, I could play the song as much as I want. I'm the one who made it. I can't get copyright issues for this. It's my own music. So you could see, yeah. And then like right here, originally this area was supposed to not have a beat at all, just have the bass. So originally it was gonna be just something like, that's how it was originally gonna be, but I was like, no, it needs a beat in there. So I put that one. Then decided to mess around with it and just I'd say this is the most bland, one of the most bland ones in out of all the Breakit songs. Speaking of Breakit, the reason I came up with it was because I was thinking breakbeat, but I wanted to add my own kind of style to it. I don't know what I was going through at the time. I was stupid thinking that. I thought I really did something making that title. But now we're going to go on to 01, which is one of my favorite songs from this album, aka playlist. This is my favorite one because this is the one that I really had a lot more fun making, especially it's one of my faster ones. 193 BPM. This is the same case as what I did with Abstract City's Night in the City song I made back at like early 2019. What I did was I placed some chords down. I just placed that down, put it for 2 measures, and then I copied it, pasted it, and put it at a different note or pitch. Did the same thing and came up with that. This is the one with one of the more creative. Oh my god, who's texting me, bro? Hold up. Sorry about that. Just a friend of mine. Let me put my phone on silent, actually. Or vibrate. That's fine. Alright. So, this is the one where I had a little more creativity. What is wrong with me today? Creativity in making the bass line. That's one. What instrument did I actually use for this one? Hold on. FM synth. That's the one I used. This is one of the more different type of songs, but yeah. This is the one with an actual good bass line. And this is also one of the ones with one of the more complex drum beats I made. That part right there. And I like to name this part. This, I called it the ratchet because that's why. Because it sounds like as if you got that tool and you just messed around with it and made it do that sound. So there's that. Then Kitchen Cat. I used Kitchen Cat for the bubble sound effect. Let me see, where is it? That one right there. Strings. Violin. Yeah, this is one of the songs I made at like 9 o'clock at night and decided let me go to sleep and wait till the next day to work more on it. And then I added the piano. Now, here's something that no one really knew about. Originally, I was going to put something like where the notes would be reversed. The notes were supposed to be reversed, but every time I reversed these notes in this one, it just kept playing it like as if it was normal. So I decided to try doing this. Ah, crap, what did I do? You get the idea. I tried making it seem like it was reversing the notes, and then it didn't work out well. NSK2. That's the sound effect I put for the piano. I actually found that in a sound pack I downloaded when I was like 13 or something. And added chorus only to the lead. But then everything else I added width, I added reverb, messed around with the equalizer a bit. Realize my songs before December 2020, I never messed with this at all. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I never messed with it. Even songs like after that time, I still didn't mess with it. I just recently started messing around with it. But after I bought FL Studio, I've been, using this less. But I'm using this more for my ambient or electronic songs and stuff. This is the inspiration I made for it. I made that back in like January last year, and thought I should speed it up, and eventually, yeah, I came up with that out of nothing like that. This is one of my more failed ones. I didn't really like this one much, especially this is the most frustrating one I've made out of all of them. The reason I'm saying that is because I've had to redo the entire song more than 5 times because I reached the note limit for the drums because of how crazy the beat is. since I wanted to put so much crap in it, I decided let me keep placing them, and I didn't know 512 was actually the note limit for this app. So yeah, hold up a minute. Last thing I want is someone busting in here. So it's supposed to be like, the reason I put the I forgot I named it that. Balub. I don't know what was wrong with me. Balub. That's what I called it. But I used the bubble sound again to make it seem like it was a part 2 to 01 or 1. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm not saying 01, 02, whatever the frick it is. Yeah, it's supposed to be. This is one of my more faster ones. The fastest one out of all of them is 3. That's 205 BPM. I'm never gonna mess with fast songs like that again. I am terrible with it, but you can see. Use the same pianos, same drum set, different bass. I used 808 this time. And as you can see, I label everything to make sure I know what the frick I'm dealing with. I don't know what I was thinking of making the notes as small as possible, but I did. Maybe so if I do it like this, it'll look like that. But this is one I thought was gonna do better, and it didn't. And I kind of look back and realize, yeah, this is a pretty boring song. And why does it sound so depressing as well? Yeah, I'm gonna just skip ahead of that one. 03. Oh my god, I said I wasn't gonna do that. 3. This is 910 Productions. I'm changing the name. I'm changing everything. No more 910 Productions stuff, because that's one of the stupidest names I came up with. Tried starting it last year, couldn't. And me and my friends are still, to this day, still thinking of what we should name it again. But lead. Same thing as 1. Get chords, paste, copy and paste, shorten it, and just put it at a different pitch. This time I decided to add from 175 BPM 3, the weird bass sound I made. That someone actually made a remix of that song I did, and they said they labeled it weird bass. I was like, oh wow, that's nice. So I gave it that name. Here we go again with the crappy PCM synth drum kit. The one I stopped using after many months of still using it. Actually, I started using it back in 2018. But we don't speak of that time period with my music. But added some Rhodes to it. You can call it whatever you want. I call it Rhodes or electric piano. Added chorus to the weird bass. Distortion to drums 2, bass 1, and drums nothing. Lead, chorus. I tried recreating the amen, whatever you guys like to pronounce it. That drum beat, I failed miserably. I hated it. I never liked speaking of it. Alright, now we are on to 04. This is the version I made, the version that I thought of in June. The real version was made in July, but this is the one I thought of in June. This one was supposed to be also the fastest one, 218 BPM, but I was like, let me stop with the fast songs. This time I decided to use a different drum sound. But I was like, no, this sucks. So I was like, let me not do this one. So I canceled this one. And then that's when it came out with this one. Now this one, I found a song. That's the name of the producer who made the song. I found a song, got the beat, cut out the sounds of the drum beat, and this one sounds a little more similar to Breakit 1 because of the chords I used and the way it sounds. But you can see I didn't add any effects. Funky drum. That's the sample I use in this song. This is one of my first Breakit songs that use the sample from like a song made in the 70s. Funky Drummer, one of my favorite samples. It was also in the Powerpuff Girls theme song. You get the idea. But I used string pad. I named it pad this time. Bell synth. Yeah. I actually had fun making this one. Even though it's not much, I still had fun doing it. This is also where the violins come in, the piano. I swear, why are people texting me right now, bro? Alright. Yeah. This is one where, like, everything actually sounds like, you know, I actually put effort in it. I'm gonna just say my songs from January to April in 2020 were like songs where I barely put any effort, except for Hip 1, which is one of my best songs I made. Super Mario 64 Wing Cap Remix, which is my most popular video, surprisingly. SpongeBob East Side Story Remix. It's actually pretty good too. I actually put effort in that stuff. But other songs from January to April, nothing. May is when I got back into putting more effort in my music, which is when I came up with Luminix, Cliff's Old Remix, Beyond the Sun Remix, stuff like that. But this is one I made in July, so you could tell. This is when I started really putting my effort more. Alright, sample right here. There we go. That's what I was talking about. And then I decided to get pad synth and yeah. This is one of my more favorite songs I've made. One I don't really regret doing. 05. This is like the October or September version. I don't remember exactly when I made it. This is supposed to be the original version of the first Breakit song I made. This is actually what it started out like. Well, yeah, it was faster at first, but I decided to lower it to 175. There was gonna be no reverb, no nothing. It was just gonna be like this. And then I used string pad, add some chorus to it. That's all it is. It's just that. Literally, it's nothing else. It's just 32 seconds of the song right there. Here's the real version. This is the one where more people actually liked it. I posted it and someone was like, that intro, I love it. Think Break, that's the sample I used. I named it Aha because this is one of my other favorite samples ever in any type of song. Then I decided to get the hi-hats from one of the Breakit drums I use. Made a rhythm out of that. String pad. Yeah. This one where I actually had a bit of trouble working on it and almost canceled it as well. But didn't. But here we go. I'm sorry, I gotta put all three of them together. Where's the... There we go. I actually like this. Like, this is one of my other ones where I actually enjoy hearing it, even if I made it myself. Like, I was actually surprised. It came out a lot better than I expected it. I used the Amen. I'm gonna say Amen. But this is kind of a reference to the Breakit 1 as well, with the crazy drum beat I use and stuff. But this time it actually sounds decent and not like some 5-year-old worked on it. And this is also one of my first few songs where I used glide on the notes. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of this time period around November or October, I made the Neo Geo remix, the Neo Geo CD remix, and I was actually debating whether or not they should be Breakit songs. And I was like, nah, they should be their own songs. So I did that instead. Now, here's when I was reaching around the end of Breakit, basically a year later. I wanted to end it sounding the way I wanted the first version to sound like. Because the first version was supposed to sound more aggressive than what it really was, but it didn't work out well since I didn't have the right things. So I made 6. I use Amen drums in this one as well, but this time I used, I think this is modular, yeah. Distorted the bass. Yeah, that's what I named it. I had fun doing this one as well. But this was one of my last Breakit songs, and I was like, yeah, I should end it. Literally a year later. Don't judge me. But I wanted to end it the way I wanted the first song to sound, so. Yeah. Then that's when I went up and decided to mess around and do this. I almost hurt my ears doing this part. This is when I started using the equalizer more. So yeah, and then the last one, which I don't really like as much as 6, but apparently more people like this one. I decided to mess around with that. And by the way, no, I cannot play any of this on the piano. Just letting you guys know real quick. I suck at playing the piano. But why am I going back to the files? So yeah. Originally this was supposed to be the beat for the main beat of the song. But I was like, nah, let me not do that. And then that's the bass line. Other bass line. I named this one Red Alert because this does kind of sound like an alarm, kind of. If you think about it. That's when yeah. That's finger bass, by the way. I use the bass for the main melody of the song. Don't judge me. Oh man, that hurt. This beat is actually another reference to a song I made back when I was like 13 or 14. This was back in like really early 2018. Like probably January or February. What happened was I tried making a drum and bass song with this beat. Same speed and everything. And I was like, let me add some piano and stuff to it. Matter of fact, let me actually, because we already reached the end, so let me get subsynth. Alright. Alright, so here's one of the songs I've made back in like that time period. I think I put it in one of my videos I made also back in 2019, unreleased content. This was one of the songs. Or in 2020, songs I regret making. Alright. It was like that. That's 4. Copy, paste. Paste. Alright, lasso. Copy. X that out. Copy and paste. Then I got beatbox, ODX, select, edit, there was an extra kick there. Alright, got that. Subsynth bass. Alright, it was like this. Extend that to 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy and paste. At this point, I'm so used to using it that I can make a song pretty fast in this. Yeah, there was something like that. Now, piano is the part where I had a little more trouble. Alright, we're just gonna use whatever piano I got. Crap, where is it? Okay, we're just gonna have to use cheap piano from Subsynth. It's not the best piano sound, but it's a substitute for... Alright. 4 measures. By the way, this is the same synth I used in Switch. Don't ask why I named that song Switch. I ran out of ideas, looked at my Nintendo Switch, and called it a day right there. Alright. Something happened. Okay, what happened? Okay. My stupid self forgot. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? I could try doing a speed run if I wanted to, but I choose not to because I'm not trying to get my hand hurting all crazy again. Alright, let's start placing down some notes. Crap, that's got nothing yet. Alright. Okay, and there was also Violin. I don't know how I managed to memorize this after all these years. I didn't even write down the notes for it. I just remember it. I remember I showed this to a friend on the bus, and he was like, "Oh, you should finish it." And I was like, "Nah, I don't really like it." And he was like, "Oh, you're stupid." And I was like, "No, you are." Hey, yeah, it was... I don't know what was wrong with me. Alright. Okay. I forgot I turned that off, the looping thing. So it was like this. Alright, now we're gonna add an extra part that I remembered right as soon as I did that. This is the part where I'm gonna have to turn down because this is one of the loudest ones. Okay, we're not going through the hassle of doing that all over again. So we're gonna... I don't know how I managed to get from Breakit to this. This song kind of inspired me to do Breakit in general, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I remember, this is the one I remember the most with the effects. No bass, little bit of mid, lower the high, lower the volume, and... yeah, that's kind of what started all my Breakit songs. It was back in 2018, but then like I was like, let me not think about that song ever again. 2019 it comes back and I was like, you know what, I should start an album with songs kind of similar to this. Ends break, and there we go, DJR KCR ends Breakit with a beat from this song right here. Let me save this as song that inspired me to make Breakit. Don't ask why I type like I'm using a typewriter. Yeah, so there you go. If this was a good video, I'm gonna try doing more of these. So that's it. How long was I even recording, bro? Oh my god, 32 minutes. "32 minutes of you guys seeing my hair look like crap." Wow. Wow, that's nice. Okay, now it looks better now that I see myself. So Valentine's Day is coming up. What is wrong with me? Let me not do that again. So St. Patrick's